All right, what's up? It's J.Hall out here with my guy right here, my Midwest brethren.
Yes, sir. Stalley,
Miss
we in the
Stalley,
building.
what's poppin', son?
I'm good. What's
How you?
happening? I'm chilling.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you for
Appreciate
having
you.
me. I appreciate you.
Okay. So you been out here working?
Yes, grinding.
Okay. It's you like me. I always say I got one right hand man who's from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So this is about as close as Michigan and Ohio can stand together and actually smile.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's good to see Michigan and Ohio smiling together.
just a little bit, right? Now, FYI, I'm a Michigan State fan.
Oh, okay.
So you know.
So you're a Spartan fan.
We want. Oh, exactly.
I mean, man, Michigan State want to be Ohio State so bad.
That's
It's
how you
kind of
feel?
funny. And no,
We
it's
starting
really
early?
crazy. Yeah. I'm just saying it's funny to me. I just had to bring that.
My
up.
friend did play a practical joke on me because I was down there last year in the midst of Ohio playing against Michigan, and he threw away my other shirt and I had nothing but red.
So you lived up.
Dude, I was
You
hurting.
was right. No, you was good.
No, I was wrong. They got a picture of me in front of Eddie
You
George.
seen the victory? Yeah, you good.
Nah, I wasn't feeling that. Wasn't feeling that at all.
But
man.
you got to be a part of the winning team. You got to be a part of a championship.
Oaks, I like that. The guy has a sense of humor. You gotta love it.
Y'all. I mean, I'm so mad. Like, we gonna talk about every other things, but I gotta mention
Say your piece
because I'm still a little mad. About
Say your piece.
You guys embarrassed the Big Ten.
How?
Y'all went all that. Y'all. First of all, y'all shouldn't have. We should have been in that position.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I know.
You lost, right?
I know. But it was on some fluke. But y'all get there, play Alabama, and get spanked.
Alabama, man.
No, it's not, because we did Alabama dirty last year.
Their freshmen are 26 years old.
We did Alabama dirty last year.
Their sophomores are 30.
We did them dirty last year.
Their sophomores are 30. Okay, let's stop.
This might be true, but we did them dirty last year.
That was last year, man.
On the way to the championship.
Let's move on. How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Okay.
I just had to
2 mixtapes in 5 months. 5-6 months, right?
Yeah.
Why?
More is coming. It's time to, let the people know that Stalley here, man, that he's present, man, that, I got to stake my claim, you know what I'm saying? It's time for greatness.
Was that like somewhat of a rebuttal? Because I thought Ohio, like your flow and everything and the production was mellow, but I feel like personally, like it got slept on.
Big time.
Like in a sense, you know what I mean?
Time.
Like it just felt like it didn't really get that. I felt like it got swooped up in a lot of other madness because 2015 was almost oversaturated with music.
Yeah,
because everybody was complaining about 2014 having a dry spell.
Yeah,
and I wanted you to come out then, but I got it.
Yeah.
So is these 2 mixtapes kind of a reminder of what you are to keep something out there?
Yeah, because it was definitely a reminder to let people know, like, man, we're going to continue to put out music. It's going to continue to be consistently great, and it's time for people to recognize, the debut album got swept up under the rug a little bit, but it's no time, like I was telling somebody earlier, it's no time to complain. It's no time to point fingers. It's no time to blame anyone. It's about holding myself accountable for what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to be great, so I have to continue to put out music and just keep reminding people that we can continue to do this.
Do you think one of the things about the Midwest is that we technically never had like a sound that you can listen to and know that's who we are?
Yeah.
And that might have like stopped that. Do you think we need to have that now?
I do. And I've been working on that. If you can't tell from, the previous work and from Ohio and just, Laughing Introvert all the way to Saving Yusuf that just dropped, it's about consistently building that Midwest sound. I feel like when you listen to me, you get to embody, I embody what the Midwest is, what our culture is. And our culture is, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but it's cars, it's women, it's pimping.
I will only say pimping would be first, but go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, this is no order.
Right,
I'm just saying,
got you.
This is no particular order, but it's cars, it's women, it's pimping, it's drugs, it's chilling.
Pimping again.
Pimping some more. A little bit of family. Well, a lot of family. We got a lot of family. I ain't gonna say a little. We got a lot of close-knit families. And hard work. And sports.
Yeah.
So I try to tie all of that into the music, and then with the sound, I try to create that trunk music. I know we ride around in Chevys, Cutlasses, whatever. We riding around with Big Bang in the
Your
trunk.
car is everything in the Midwest.
That's what I'm. And that's what I try. And that's what I try to tell people.
Your event is surrounded by cars.
And I try to tell people when I first started making music, people be like, man, Stalley's music is always about cars or it's heavy bass or da 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 da.
That's the only way you gotta hear it.
Exactly. This is. I feel like the biggest compliment is if you take my music and you put it in the car and I can take that ride with you, that's the biggest compliment.
Because we got the highways and
exactly. So if I'm the soundtrack to your journey of the day, even if it's just to go to the gas station, get some shells so you can roll up, or even if it's the GameStop to get the new Madden, You know what I mean? Whatever it is, if you play me, going to the mall, going to the club, after the club, whatever, I've won.
One of my mans told me that Stalley has the best aftermath drive-by music. Like to like ride out and really think about what you did.
Yeah,
Like
no, that's what I'm saying.
Like
Yeah.
just introspective. We're gonna turn ourselves in. Like,
Right.
I like
No,
like,
that's what it. It's for to bring you back to reality, but to make you. I want you to feel every emotion when you listen to the music. I want you to be happy, sad, to be inquisitive, to kind of challenge yourself, to remind yourself, to love someone, to compliment someone. That's what I want the music to do, and I feel like that's what it's for. I feel like it's to grow, it's to help people grow and help people mature, and just I want people to get a feeling of like I can do anything when I listen. I can be anyone, I can do anything, I can accomplish everything that I set out to accomplish.
now you spent a lot of time in New York.
Yes,
We got that in common too. I used to live in Brooklyn Heights.
Oh, so
We're out
yeah.
of Manchester. So you went to LIU, right?
Yes,
Am I
yes,
correct
yeah,
me if I'm wrong,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
How much does that influence you think like had upon you? Because you don't technically sound like anything New York wise.
Right.
Do you think one of the things that slept on people was not knowing where to place you? Because you were telling people from Ohio, but you spent a lot of time in NY.
Yeah.
And then you were able to know Brooklyn at the back of your hand. Because I heard your interview with Combat Jack, and you were knowing trains and all of that.
Come on, man.
Like you spent some
no,
real
Brooklyn
time.
is like Brooklyn. I mean, I love home. I love Ohio, but Brooklyn is like more home almost for me than where I grew up or where I don't know if that makes sense.
Where you spent your adult years, right?
That's where I spent my adult. That's where I became a man. Put it like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I learned a lot. I grew a lot, and I spent 15 years in Brooklyn, so I seen a lot. I mean, I was homeless. I was couch surfing. I was working crazy jobs. I did a little bit of everything, and I became who I am today in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of growth that came with being in New York and being in Brooklyn. So Brooklyn has a big piece of my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I go back and I feel at home. I go to the neighborhoods that I spent time in, whether it's Flatbush, East New York. I go to Crown Heights. You know what I mean? Bed-Stuy. I'm all through Brooklyn. I'm in Clinton Hills. I'm in Fort Greene, wherever. So and everybody is always love. I've been going to the same barber for 15 years, right in Clinton Hills. You know what I'm saying? So I love going in there and just sitting and just vibing with them. And they've seen me grow from a young boy into a man. So yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing.
When you were an artist,
but back to your initial question.
Go ahead,
I'm sorry,
my
just
fault.
to
Yeah,
answer your question.
I'll have people do that sometimes.
Yeah, no,
they can't wait their turn.
Yeah, no,
feel free.
Nah, I was just saying, but to answer your question, it's definitely, I feel like there was maybe a little bit of confusion because even when I started rapping, I would rap about Ohio and cars and different things. And my homies in Brooklyn was like, dog, you from Brooklyn. Like, what are you rapping about?
Right.
Like, how do you know this much about
Then
cars?
who you
How
was
do you
connected to, too.
Yeah.
Because you came under that Dash umbrella, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they like, what do you talk about? Like, you from Brooklyn. Like, you from East New York. Like, because that's where people seen me or they might have first met me. And so people just felt like that's where I was. And I feel special or I feel not special, but I take it as a compliment for people from Brooklyn to even look at me as a fellow Brooklynite because you know how Brooklyn dudes get.
All day.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time in Brooklyn, but my adult development years came from living in DC because I went to Howard.
Okay.
So I hear how you saying about that second home, and it's so much being torn because you go home and using lingo that they looking at you crazy too.
Exactly.
In Detroit, it's like in Ohio, it's totally different from living out on the East Coast.
Definitely.
The vibe is different. The women are different. Your talk is different.
100%.
So everybody knows that. Now, you being an artist that got signed with such a mega artist, right?
Yes.
So you waiting your turn.
Yes.
And then things don't quote unquote go as planned. What's your advice when you hear somebody who's coming up and they think that's supposed to be like a winning formula? And to me, it reminds me of like Michael B. Jordan. Like before Creed, he had the Fantastic Four that bomb.
Yeah.
You know, that
Yeah.
just like it went trash.
Right.
But you look at him when he's doing Creed now.
Nah,
and now
yeah.
he's like that guy.
Yeah.
And that's when
Megastar.
I'm hoping like in a sense like for you, like that was your Fantastic Four. The next boy should definitely be that Creed.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. It's no you can't look at any situation as a setback or a failure. You got to just keep on going to the next. And that's why I said, like, if people ask me, like, yo, was it MMG? Was it Atlantic? Was it the label? Or is it who's holding you back? Or it's nobody. It's yourself. You got to do what you got to do. You can't point the finger or blame anybody or sulk over, oh, man, they should have did this or it could have did that, because then you'll be sitting around twiddling thumbs. And
Angry.
Angry and jaded and mad at the world for what? Now, what we do, we come back with Laughing Introvert, then we come back 5 months later, or not even, 3 months later, I think I came back with Saving Yusuf, and you just continue to keep on making music and proving your stake and showing that, yo, I'm one of the greatest, I'm one of the nicest. That's no setbacks. We moving forward, and we gonna continue with the same quality and the same greatness that we came in with, and it just gets better and better, man. I get excited, I come from, a background similar to yourself, being from Ohio, where it's hard work. We're always kind of like looked over,
very blue
brushed
collar
to the side, very blue collar. Like people look, even when you met the Cavs, the Browns, everybody's always, my whole life I heard like, what's out in Ohio, farms, stuff like that. But so or even if I'm sure in Detroit, they're like, oh, y'all got the cars, the steel factory, so
everybody got Jerry curls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or everybody is wearing Maury's and Gators,
Yes.
So. But it's a lot to where we come from. It's a lot of great people, a lot of talented, artistic people, and I just want to show that to the world so they would stop thinking that the Midwest is just something that you fly over. Because a lot of people look at what you fly over
from
to
New
get
York to LA.
Yeah, to get to your destination. But nah, you need to make that stop in these places because we make America run. We make the world run for real. You know what I mean? We're the heart and soul of what's going on in this country, and I think people tend to forget that. So I try to put that in the music.
The work ethic is definitely showing in that.
Thank you.
When you chilling with somebody like a Rick Ross, and it wasn't no secret with the friction that happened with your team and all that.
Yeah.
How are you able to like keep your name so stainless out of that? Like I didn't even see nobody even asking your opinion about that.
Nah,
how are you? And I'm not trying to even ask you what you felt about those two in particular when we talk about Meek and Wale, but like being in that. How were you able to walk through the room and walk through clean and still handle yours?
Man, I think because people kind of just recognize that I've always been somebody who just kind of walked to the own beat of my drum, you know what I mean, or to my own beat, and I kind of just evolve in the situation and just continue to do me. Like I try not to, and not even in that situation in general, like as far as the label, but outside of that, I try to not deal with any negativity, any beef, and any I don't entertain that type of stuff. Like, I'm here for one reason, and that's to be great. I'm not here to be popular. I'm not here to be a spoof. I'm not here to to entertain people in that type of way. I'm here to give people good music and entertain them in that way, but never in a negative way. So I think people kind of see that, and just by my actions and the way I carry myself and the way I do my music, the quality that I put my music at, I feel like people kind of see it like, well, Stalley don't really be on that. Because I really don't be on it.
They just already know.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't going to say they already know. Some people might not even care what I think or how I feel about it. You know what I mean? And some people might just be like, well, just keep Stalley out of it. You know what I'm saying?
It was good advice, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for that.
Nah, but I definitely don't. I mind my business. That's all I can say.
That's that Midwest value.
Yeah,
ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna keep walking down the street.
Right.
So what is beating? No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I didn't even see
how
it.
we do.
Yeah, keep it walking.
You drive around it.
You drive around it, and even when you walk on foot, you walk around it. You walk around it. It got nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Before we go, what is something I'm supposed to get out of Saving Yusuf?
You supposed to get out of saving. What you're supposed to get out of Saving Yusuf is quality music. A story that's unique to not only me but to the Midwest, to a kid growing up and kind of finding his way through this world. You know what I mean? Kind of making pit stops in, like you said, New York and LA, and then also being able to see the world. Being able to go overseas, go to Paris, London, Antwerp, different places like that, and kind of just bring all those experiences into one project and tell my story, and kind of also speak on the past couple years, like you said, with me dropping my debut album and that kind of getting swept under the rug, and me kind of being under the thumb or playing the background to, the label and the riffs and things that's been going on in there. I kind of just cleaned myself up out of that dust.
It was almost a distraction from the actual music.
That's what I'm saying. And I wanted to get back to the music. And I want people to really pay attention. And if you're a fan of me, if you're a fan of MMG, or you a fan of any of those guys in MMG, I want you to know that we still making music over here. Don't get caught up in the hoopla. And that's what it really was. And also, it's about focusing on myself and focusing on BCG, which is my brand and my label and what I'm trying to kick off, and really just starting off the new year the right way.
Good. I appreciate the conversation, man. I really do. What you got coming up for us that we can look out for?
Oh, yeah. So got a second leg. I just got off the From Me to You tour. We did the Midwest and the East Coast. We got a second leg starting. It's going to be the South and the West Coast. So be looking for all the dates and the ticket links for that. More music is on the way. Got a lot of videos off of Saving Yusuf on the way. So, the work don't stop.
Well, you the only Ohioan I'm cheering for, bro.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thanks for joining us.
Look at it as you cheering for the Midwest, because we need that voice.
It's a hard pill to swallow, man, but I'm gonna do that, and I got you. All right. Thanks for joining Hip Hop Maker Show, Stalley. I appreciate you.
No doubt.
One love.